My wife and I actually got our hands dirty with regard to, we actually helped somebody for 2 years transition from living out on the street and now has a roof over his head. And when you start talking about, he has Social Security and he has enough money to be able to pay the weekly rate, but the policies in place, he can't stay there. He's got to keep moving every single week. But we're sitting here saying that we're concerned about people that are homeless. We're concerned about providing a roof over their head, but now we have somebody that actually can afford to pay the weekly rate, but because of our rules, he now has to leave and then try to find another place. That's just a real world example of some of the policies that are absolutely stupid that we need to get rid of. And that's where I'm saying, you got people in this race that are talking about things, but we have life experience helping people, and that's what it's about. And that's just one story. There's so many other stories that we want to find out about on how government is interfering with taking care of people and getting in the way. That's what I want to hear about so we can fix it. That's the deregulation part. You know, we spent that 2 years and we really broke it down and to really educate ourselves on what the problems are. And the homeless community, there are camps, there's a lot of violence out there. And it's not safe. And you have mental health issues that are out there. So when we're looking at it, what's the city's role? And number one, we first need to identify it's a community issue, it's just not a law enforcement response. But the city's role is really more from an intake perspective. Think of it almost like as a point guard. We need to be able to respond to public safety emergency situations and be able to deal with that initial response. But what we need to have is pre-existing relationships within the faith-based community, private organizations, and other places that already have places for people that need housing, that have financial assistance, that somebody might need a security buyer, that somebody might need to be able to have a co-signer on things. Those pre-existing relationships, so we have that nice transition back into the private sector. My wife has a lot of examples on what to do with this. She's running for city council at large, and that's one of the things that she is really focusing on, the non-governmental solutions, on being able to teach people what they should do. I'm focusing on the intake and minimizing government's role and making sure it's more lean and efficient to be able to have that transition in there.